Hiya, it's Helen with some more tales from the allotment. Please feel free to like, subscribe, comment if this is your idea of fun. If you like watching gardening videos, allotment videos, I will post tons and tons of stuff because I love it. I love posting videos, I love talking to people about my allotment. So I'm hoping to find a nice wee community here of like-minded people who don't mind me rambling on about stuff. See you soon. This is my nice wee pride and joy, this one. This is my globe artichoke. I was expecting one wee flower head, didn't think it would really do an awful lot, and I'm going to pan back out just so that you can see just what we're talking about here. It's huge, absolutely huge. And we have, I just want to do a quick count, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 heads on this beauty. I don't eat these because I've never actually tried one. I think I might like to. I might take out maybe one of the smaller ones and kind of see what you can do with it. But overall, I just like this with its ornamental value. I mean, it's just so, it's lovely, and it's not spiky. You kind of assume it's going to be quite spiky. These are, you touch these have got little spikes on the top. I don't know if you can see that. I'm going to try and get in a little bit closer. So see, these little bits on the top here are quite spiky. But when it flowers, I think it's gorgeous. So that's really why I put this in here. I'm just going to give you a little bit of a quick tour because, well, I like to. I did this on TikTok and I didn't save it, unfortunately, so they've got it and I don't. Anyhow, so my one poor wee sad sunflower this year. The bees have loved it and I have loved it. Look at that beauty. Isn't it gorgeous? But yes, it's the other one is here, but it's kind of little and it kind of got a little bit overshadowed by all of these wee darlings, my broad beans, which I bought some nice 8-foot canes, and one of them, can you see that, right the way to the top and beyond of an 8-foot cane. And you know how you're meant to sort of cut the tops off so that they'll bush out at the bottom? Yeah, I can't do that because I can't reach it. But we've got peas in here too. I love peas. Everywhere on my allotment there's peas because I love them. I'm pretty sure this is called Glencoe, this raspberry bush here. It's a little bit, oops, it must be a summer fruiter because it's actually past it now. So we'll cut off the old canes. I've only just put it in maybe a month ago, so I'm not expecting a lot. We have a nice bed here full of, I love the colour of the sky in the background. Sorry, I do that a lot, by the way. I will start talking about something and then get distracted and end up on a tangent. Sorry, not sorry. So yeah, we've got 2 different varieties here of sweet corn. They're all producing cobs, which is absolutely fab. And that one there is just looking absolutely stunning. But we've also got, red ones. So I'm not sure which variety is which. I'd actually forgot until I seen the 2 different colours that I'd even put 2 in. Just sneaking down here, can you see there? That is my one and only pumpkin. I might get 2 because there's kind of another one sneaking on the far end, but it's a bit small yet, and you know, we don't have that long to go before October. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. The courgettes, which didn't do amazing this year. I had so many last year. We had loads of plants last year. This one hasn't gone quite as daft this year, but we have had harvest and I'm okay with that. These wee guys though, I've none to show you because I've harvested all the big ones and I don't know if you can see. They're actually quite hard to find. These are asparagus peas. Look at the wee flowers on these. They are just so pretty. They're lovely. And the peas themselves, they don't even look like peas. If I could find one to show you, I did leave some. So, no, there we go. Look at them. They're kind of, they're apparently winged is how they're done. They're almost got little wings. And if you harvest them when they are about an inch or 2 long, they're just amazing. They are so incredibly lovely and tasty. Very much like asparagus, funnily enough, which is probably where they got the name, right? funnily enough, look, more peas. My tomatoes, not bragging, but there's one of them there that's on the turn. I'm so impressed. I mean, the size of these guys, given the fact that they've grown outdoor, I think is quite smart. We actually have the start of peppers, which is great because I did try these last year and failed. We've got, oh, my Ford Hook Giant chard. Let me see that. Hopefully you don't see the one that's got the big giant bird poo on it, because that's not pretty. I've got beans and things everywhere as well. I grew them up everything I could think of. We just come down here to, I do kind of, I'll chuck flowers in everywhere. So we've got like a wee rambling rose bush here, right next to the rhubarb, which, yeah, one of them I'll probably have to move next year, but I'm going to try an entire tree full of rocket. We sowed this at our garden and grow session about, what, 3 weeks ago. It's not my favourite stuff. I don't really eat lettuce. I don't like salad particularly, but hey ho. I'll probably divvy it up around some of the other plot holders because I know that quite a lot of them like it, so it will not go to waste. We have my wee dahlia bed here. I'm not going to lie, love dahlias so much. They're just stunning. This is my newer one. I mean, look at that. But do you know what's actually lovely? It's not just the flowers when it's out that's gorgeous. Because can you see this bit? That's not even bloomed yet, and it's so pretty. I just love it. Then buried in here somewhere, that's a hazelnut tree. I don't know if I'll get hazelnuts. It was gifted by another plot holder, so I'll give it a bash. And then you see this, that's my brassicas in this big long cage, very much netted, so that it's not even just the butterflies that are the issue, although we've had like a lot of white butterflies. We also have absolutely incredible amounts of pigeons up here. There's about 2 or 3 different rooftops that just are inundated with pigeons. So we have to kind of make sure that all the stuff that we want to keep is well covered. We've got tree cabbage. I can never remember what it's pronounced. Is it Asturian tree cabbage? So I haven't tried that yet, but that's coming. I love these. These are so gorgeous. Look at them. These are Kupani sweet peas. One of the old-fashioned varieties, so I'm told. It's done so incredibly well all summer. I have had so many sweet peas in the house that I just kind of figured it was time to let it take a rest. So if you see all these lovely seed pods, I'm hoping to collect quite a lot of those and grow these again next year. Not here, not on this particular bit that they're at just now, because this is going to be a raspberry bed. I've had to start giving away a lot of my new raspberry canes because we ended up with, I'm not gonna lie, probably almost 100 canes, like new raspberry canes if I'm honest. I had them in 2 different patches and it really does need looked at and kind of adjusted for next year. So the planning has already started for where we're moving things to. And I say we, it's like myself and one of my other plot neighbours. She's absolutely fantastic. This is the thing that makes me very excited. This is Greek Gigantes, it's called. And I put this in here after watching a wee thing on Gardener's World a wee while back. And I thought, yeah, I'm going to give that a bash, because the lady that grew them said they tasted a little bit like mashed potato. And I thought, okay, I'll try that. So I didn't really expect them to do much because I had 2 plants that made it in the greenhouse and they were looking a little bit sad, so I thought, oh well, plant them out, you never know. Well, here you go. And I don't know, I'm going to try and show you this without tripping. Look at this. I don't want to, there we go, look at that. That is amazing, and it's getting fatter. You can sort of feel the beans in there. I'm not going to prod about with it too much. So yeah, that is doing fantastic. I'm so happy with that. And then everything else, I mean, just, I take a lot of pictures, if I'm honest, right? Because there are just times where I look around and the sky is that colour and things are just looking incredible. And I can't help myself. I take so many pictures and so many videos on my allotment plot that I must look like a complete weirdo. But I just don't care because I love it. And I don't know if you can hear the cat in the background. So we're on a residential area. There's like, it used to be a field in the middle of our wee area. And so one of the houses at the back has a cat that apparently desperately wants to get out all the time, but gets out and suddenly gets like a fright because he's out and then wants back in. So he sits and makes this big huge yelling noise. It's quite funny. Yeah, what else can I tell you? So yeah, we have all the same. Well, I don't know if anybody else has an allotment plot that had started as a field. So because our plots had obviously all been grass fields, we have lots and lots of issues with pests. So particularly wireworm is an issue. If you're growing potatoes, it's this, I don't know if you've ever seen one, it's like a hard orange worm looking thing. They're maybe about an inch or so long, but they have ravenous appetites and will decimate your entire potato crop. Or actually, we had one lady last year, her first year of growing last year, and she pulled out her lettuces because they weren't doing particularly well, and they were literally dripping with wireworm. So it is a bit of a pain in the butt, but really the only thing that you can do is to just keep turning over your soil, and eventually they will get fed up apparently. But it can take up to 6 years according to Google. I hope not. Yeah, I think that's maybe about all I can show you right now, to be fair. It's not the best of nights. I mean, it's a bit dull, a bit overcast, but it's quiet. We do get bats up here. That is one thing that I love. So I am aiming to still be here about 9, 9:30, and I will hopefully get a wee video if they play the game. Sometimes they're out enforcing and other times they're not so much. I did try and take a video of them last night and I got super excited because I thought I'd taken a really good one, and actually I must have hit the button to stop recording and I got 1 second and there was no bats in it, so we'll fix that tonight hopefully. Anyway, I think probably 12 minutes or so is maybe a bit enough, because at this point I'm sure you're probably bored to tears, so I will sign off and say goodbye. I will be doing more videos, so hopefully you'll look forward to that, because I quite look forward to making them. Yeah, so I'll see you soon. Bye for now.